showcased.
Welcome everybody to another live edition of the Showcase Pod. I am Don Vega, joined by the boss Chris Blackheart.
Live edition? This should be more like the sick edition.
Well, you know, I mean, Danny's sick.
Because I am feeling well this week.
After you got Danny sick.
I was all sick last week too.
Well, yeah, we know. You were sick, wedding sick, all types of sick.
You know,
last week
I do feel bad because it was my second niece. It was her wedding night. Well, wedding. You know, last year my other niece got married.
Yeah.
I was so sick last time, and I was sick this time. Not that I'm a big fan of weddings anyway, but I just feel kind of bad that both of my nieces got married within a year, and I was sick at both of them.
So this time you were nice enough to go there and give everybody your cold.
No, I sat at the table by myself, me and Michelob. You know, had to reintroduce ourselves, Michelob Light, and
okay, all right. You know, it's free advertisement.
I did it. All right, we're going to send a bill over there to Michelob Light. We do thank you
for your sponsorship.
We do thank you for your sponsorship and your drink last week.
Well, we had those picks.
Where are those picks?
From last 2 weeks ago for Bad Blood.
Where are those, Danny? Bring those up.
Happened, you know. First match to open up the night was the Hell in a Cell match that CM Punk took on Drew McIntyre, and that was a bloodbath, real bloody matchup there. And in the end, CM Punk got the W. Blackheart, you chose CM Punk.
Oh, so. Who did you choose? Oh, is this it?
Yes.
Oh, let's see how much it changed.
I had McIntyre, so you got me on that one. You got the pictures of the battle scar from Drew's head. Yep. 16 staples, I believe.
Did you catch a commentating on that? That drove me nuts. So
no.
I watched it the other day, and I knew Drew got his hits.
Well, we had to do double duty because we had a live show going on at the same time this event was going on. So I went back home and kind of watched the replay.
And you can tell that like he got hit straight in the top of the head.
So there you see some graphic photos. If you can't see blood and you can't see graphic
But the commentating team, did you hear them? They're like, oh, he got hit on the top of the forehead. Yeah. What? I didn't know top of your forehead was right here.
Yeah, it was on top of the skull, then on top of the head, and he got split open. There you see the pictures. Danny's pulling off on the screen. But yeah, CM Punk victorious over Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell. Is this bracelet thing going to keep going?
I hate it. Hopefully that was the last time.
Well,
you know,
hopefully. Big hopes. What was the second match of the evening, Daniel? You got it up on there?
It's only 5 of them.
Women's Championship, Nia Jax defeated Bayley.
So Chris Blackheart was MIA on that pick on Nia Jax and Bayley. I picked Nia. So I got a point on that one. She retains the women's championship. You got a text. You didn't reply. You didn't care about neither.
I saw when I texted you the next day. I put neither.
Yes.
And based on what people were saying online with some of the clips from the matches, kind of sloppy.
Yeah, sloppy.
And I like Nia now because when she came back and we had this conversation, she reinvented herself.
She just needs better accentuating gear.
Yeah. I mean, she's in transition.
So,
you know,
she's got to get rid of that design that she uses. It doesn't do her any favors.
Yeah, it's not the right gear.
Because when you see her dressed up in regular clothing, she looks pretty good.
Yeah, no, she's doing some good things.
Who's next?
Damian Priest versus Finn Balor.
So we had Damian Priest taking on Finn Balor and Balor was victorious on that battle, and we both have Finn Balor. You know, I don't know, because Blackheart was going for Priest on this.
No, that was last time. All
right.
That was last time.
I'm going to have to revisit that.
It's in black and white. When did anything on paper ever
Finn
lie?
Balor victorious over Damian Priest in that matchup.
And,
Moving on,
Liv
another
Morgan
women's match. Liv Morgan.
defending the championship against Rhea Ripley.
And I said Liv will retain her title, and she did. And Blackheart said
I did too. Look at that.
Liv, I think he was copying me, actually, now that I see
You
this
were
damn-
complaining at the earlier.
She was he kept copying my picks, so you know. Yep. So we both had Liv Morgan on that one, which brings us to the main event.
Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns defeated Solo and Jacob for 2.
And by the hair,
My chinny chin chin.
yeah, Blackheart scores the W this pay-per-view in the picks.
You know,
he
'cause
chose Cody Rhodes.
You chose 5. I had a handicap. I chose 4, and I still won.
And Roman Reigns, which I thought it would be the opposite. I thought, you know, the heels would come out on top to keep things going, give them esteem. You know, even if the babyface got the shine at the end somehow, some way, I believe that, you know, these guys, Solo and Jacob, would have gotten the W. But anything could happen.
What's the next pay-per-view? Is it Crown Jewel?
I believe it's Crown Jewel, and they have a new title getting introduced.
All right. Danny, bring that up. Where's all of our belt marks out
Main
there?
event, Cody
Where's our
Rhodes
belt
against
marks?
Gunther.
So the first time you saw that, what belt did you think of?
We talked about it the other day. Was it AWA belt?
No, I was thinking of Mid-South, the North American Heavyweight Championship.
The North American title, yeah.
I think I started with Magnum TA on them.
Yes.
You know, it was just a very big
That's
belt.
what it was, a big belt, yep.
And do you know the story behind big belts?
Well, the guys were so big, you had to have big belts.
Well, you would think that, but if you look at, I think it was Vern Gani did it, because NWA belt, you know,
Was small.
and then the AWE belt, and then you had the Mid-South, and the idea was if my belt was bigger,
Yeah, it
Then
would be
it-
more important. yeah.
exactly. So it was,
Okay. Well, you're walking around with a half a trash can laying
Yes.
around. I mean, I guess. But yeah, new title for Crown Jewel. Now, is this title just gonna be defended in Saudi Arabia
I
when
don't-
they have those events, or what's the deal? I mean, we saw Triple H in that segment with Goldberg and Gunther, and I was hoping and praying that wasn't gonna be a match.
well, the question is, okay, has the information came out that what are the Saudis paying? Because typically guys get huge bonuses indoor /
yes,
pay.
yes.
that's
Supposedly
why-
Goldberg got $3 million the last time he put that shit fest.
All right, so
So you know, there's talks of him wrestling again because they want to see it.
all right, well,
And when I say they, I mean they want to see it.
it's amazing when money comes through the door how guys want to come back.
Yeah. So you know, I wouldn't be surprised they pay a shitload of money to have like Austin wrestle Goldberg.
Nobody wants to see that.
Well,
Like if they're tagging against
if it's
somebody,
like a street fight or something like that doesn't really have to be technical in the ring,
No.
it could be passable.
no. This almost feels like an AEW thing. Why don't we just add gazillion belts that don't mean anything?
Well,
You know?
they paying the bills, Chris Blackheart.
No. I like that. Part I like. I
what's
just don't.
the belt called? Well, what's the?
Super champion. You just like the ultimate champion.
Yeah, it's like Royal Crown Ultimate Champion or something like that.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, I
it's a
don't
belt that's
So you're a champion that defends 4 times a year.
yeah, it's like made for those events. So
Yeah.
who do you
They're
see?
gonna have one for the women too.
Who do you see winning that bout with Gunther and Cody Rhodes? I mean, to me, it just diminishes. They're both champions, the top champions, and for them to, you know, one of them to have to take a fall to get
Yeah.
this championship that really doesn't mean anything other than the event that they're selling.
Yeah.
To me, it just Doesn't do anything to me other than exposing one of your champions to be weaker.
I think if they're going to do that, it should be more of a build-up.
Yeah.
You know, more of a story. You know, I've been champion this long, you've been champion this long, who's actually better? I think it's too soon for it.
The only thing I see happening here is that's going to end up in a smosh. You know, and whoever loses, then, you know, it's because of that reason and because it happens. Maybe The Rock will show up and screw over Cody. Who knows, you know.
I can see that.
Speaking of The Rock, he came back. You saw that?
I haven't finished the pay-per-view, but I did see he came back.
It's too late. Rock came back, and he didn't have much to say, but he had some gestures. What can it mean? I mean, there's a lot of speculations. My theory, I'm not gonna share. I said it to you off air.
Yeah,
but,
I think the problem is,
to be on record, it was my idea. It was my booking.
All right.
Blackheart, no credit for that.
I don't get credit, but see, it's November, and if anything happens, it's going to be in March.
Yeah.
Or is it March or April?
I mean, they could.
Was April?
Yeah, they
April
could.
20th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a long time.
I mean, and when you're storytelling, it takes a long time to tell a good story. So, you know, you got to trust the process, because Blackheart.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, it makes no sense, but you got to trust the process.
I know.
I don't know why you would trust
when
the
you're
process.
young and dumb, and you just not dumb. Eager is probably the better word. When you're eager.
Eager. Speaking of eager, and another event that happened October 5th, we were back at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Arena and Training Center in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, for another edition of Saturday night's main event. And we saw a lot of matches go down.
We did.
On that night. Mm-hmm. The night started off with two blabbing shysters complaining.
No.
And, you know, making all
this young talent, educating the Woonsocket fans
about complaining.
Of complaining about the last match for the main event that evening.
Well, we saw the night started with AZ and his personal personal
Matthew
advisor,
Michelson.
Yes, I believe he gifted him his first set of gear.
Wasn't that? See, you may.
I would.
They have been childhood friends. We're gonna have them on the podcast very soon to tell their story.
They're friends.
Yes, childhood friends.
And he treats them like shit.
They're friends.
No wonder why they're both inconsistent.
Well, you know, the new tag team name, the Inconsistent Bums.
No, that's your name.
They,
I haven't even asked them. I mean, they've been tagging a little bit. But we may have to find. So if you're out there in Showcase Land, why don't you come up with a name? Drop it a line, put it on social media. What would be the tag team? For
Hashtag Inconsistent Bums.
Inconsistent
losers.
Michelson.
Inconsistent.
No,
bums.
I mean consistent.
Inconsistent whiners.
Consistently good.
All right.
Let's
take it to the opening match of the evening was Jay Evans taking on Osiris.
A good match. I liked it.
For number one contendership at the Sons of Liberty Champion. Speaking of crybabies and losers, held by AZ. Osiris, the old veteran of Showcase Pro Wrestling, victorious over Jay Evans, and he's now the number one contender for the Sons of Liberty Championship.
It is. I like the match. It was a good, solid match. Jay Evans is stepping up. He had a good match with a veteran, even though he came up short. I don't know if you saw the fans, but the fans
actually like Jay Evans, and they rooting for Jay Evans, and they sympathize with Jay Evans. And, you know, sometimes, Chris Blackheart, you win when you lose.
Well, and I'll be honest with that I think even though Evans lost, I think he gained respect in the locker room. He gained respect from Osiris and the fans. So the only thing he lost was 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Other than that, I thought it was very good. And I see good things come from Evans.
Yeah. The following match was a gentleman that we know nothing about. Some guy named the Bionic Beast, Dan Redondi, taking on Chris, I forget his name. I don't know. The match was done so quick. I even.
Yeah, some.
No, Christian. I feel bad now.
Well, all I know is that he got the life squeezed out of him, Vidandi.
Well, you don't know the whole story behind that, do you? And I didn't realize.
Tell me a story, Chris Blackheart.
That he used to work or wrestle at UCW years ago with Sonny and Anthony and.
Okay.
Remember that?
I don't remember the guy, but
I didn't. But Christian, I was very surprised. Danny, congratulations! Good win for you. It was just around. I think it was like 352.
Singles victory. Is that a new maneuver for the archive there, Daniel?
Yep.
You're finally using the script.
Yeah.
So
all these weeks and months of asking Danny.
Do not pick up stuff. Just grab stuff and squeeze the life out of it. Yeah.
And he actually did. And what happened, Danny? Good night, good win.
So Dan Vidandi victorious on his singles competition there. And then we saw Big Matt Thompson accept the open challenge for the YouTube World Championship against the Diabolical Revan. And controversy behind that matchup. Big Matt Thompson getting counted out due to outside interference by notorious Rambo Godfrey.
The biggest problem I'm starting to have with Rambo is he made it quite clear that Thompson will never get a rematch.
He did.
But the problem is he keeps aggravating Thompson.
Well, he waited. The odd thing about the whole situation is he waits to two of the original competitors that he kind of defeated.
No, he did. Going back to my anniversary, between those three, it was.
And now he all of a sudden picks to interfere and causes Thompson possibly the opportunity to become the YouTube champion. Do you know any insights?
Any
reasons behind
Why do you
this?
always think when bad stuff happens that I know about it?
You're the boss.
Let's be honest.
You're supposed to know these
when
things.
When stuff happens, I usually know about it. But you just think the bad stuff I know everything about.
All I know is Rambo, if he wasn't looking for Thompson to be after him, he came knocking on the door. And I think Thompson's about to let him in.
And this is what I told Rambo. I said, it's great for your ego. You don't have to prep for a match. You just have to go out there and win them. But
people forget, Thompson still holds the gauntlet for the gold contract.
I forgot
and,
that.
Even though Rambo's making all these things and saying all these things, it's ultimately up to the committee to decide whether he can use that championship opportunity against Rambo Godfrey in the future.
Ooh.
So,
hey, Rambo.
I would have left it alone.
I'll reach out around 10:15 today, okay?
You're hitting.
No. I forgot about it. Rambo.
Fan club going on?
No. I got a reminder. Rambo. We may have a problem.
Yeah, it was. Right. I was corrected. It was the road to the goal.
Right, but I told Rambo. Remember I told you what not to do?
What?
Listen. Rambo's cocky. He's arrogant. But some days he's going to go forward. But I think he's looking back a little bit. Thompson should have been somebody in his past.
Maybe he's got something to prove to himself because he's taking on all the comers and he's regained the title.
And he is doing okay. Where's that match? What's the next match on that one?
The next matchup brought us to Christopher Spratt taking on
I was going to talk about
the evil doctor, Roger Williams. Have you seen what's going on?
I am talking with the medical staff. I'm gonna have some
if we go back,
we're having some
issues.
Go
back
now.
The Saturday night's main event, we had a tag team match with Diabolical Revan and Roger Williams against Higher Learning, which is the Damien and Christopher Spratt. And we saw Roger Williams majority of this match going underneath the ring.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Smoke coming from under the ring, and then just coming out a completely different individual.
Yeah, no, something.
In this matchup, singles matchup, which was led by that tag team contest.
Do you know I blame half of this on? You.
For what?
You. Because you were making fun of Spratt, you were laughing at him, between him losing his credentials. I think you
he's
help
fine
bring him down that road.
He's fine himself, and now he's.
I don't like it.
He's got herbal supplements, and he's got tea, and he's happy to drink the herbal tea, and he offered Roger Williams some tea, and he apparently couldn't handle his drinks.
Sprat, you must have Blue Cross, United, neighborhood. Go and get fixed, all right? None of this alternative medicine.
Another sponsor.
No, it's not sponsor.
Another. You guys are
it's not sponsorship. It's
they're
just,
gonna owe us a check here.
I know you have health insurance, all right?
All right.
Because part of being the faculty of different organizations, so go and get checked. Don't worry about this alternative medicine, these herbs stuff.
Harvard, he can't get anything from that because they kicked him out.
Listen,
so
we're not going to talk about that. I know he still has coverage, but no, stop doing the herbal stuff. I'm going to check that tea.
Well, the tea has a familiar smell that you find at your local bar or liquor store, but we're not going to talk about that now. Christopher Spratt did score.
I may have to do an OUI, DUI test before he goes out.
He did score the pinfall over Roger Williams.
And Roger Williams, what are you thinking? You
and
know
he's
better.
Back on the winning track.
Listen, Roger, some days you can really walk straight. Why would you think you would take anything that, even this, if you drank this, you'd probably be lopsided because you'd be waterlogged on the right side. No. Right? Just have a match. Don't touch anything, Roger.
No, he enjoyed
not happy with Roger.
He enjoyed the herbal tea, so, that's that. And then it brought us to the next match, which was the other half of Higher Learning.
All right, so this is, going back to Rambo, right?
Stepping up and taking on the open challenge by Notorious Rambo Godfrey, the Damien, coming out.
He did really well.
And accepting the challenge. And, he got some shots in, and he Rambo got cocky, and he got some shots in. Mm-hmm. But in the end, he put him away easy as a drop of
it was a good match. And with Damien, that was one of his best matches, longest matches. Crowds behind him. I almost thought a couple of times that he almost won, and I was shocked.
Only if Rambo would have got high and drunk and all that stuff. Should have brought double though.
All right, well, that being said, Rambo, 10:15, pick up your phone. We're going to have a conversation.
So that matchup for the SPW Heavyweight Championship, Rambo Godfrey victorious, retaining the title over the Damien, which brought us to the final match of the evening, your favorite match of the evening, that featured yours truly.
Yeah, no, you.
And Danny Cabral taking on the inconsistent bums, AZ. And his bitch.
That is not their name. They're not inconsistent bums.
His hair protective, whatever he calls him, Matthew Michelson. And you watched the match.
I did. I watched it. Crowd actually liked it. I thought Matthew did really well. Mm-hmm. For one of his first matches, and
what happened in the end there?
He didn't really do very well at the end. He was doing pretty well before the end, but then,
Well, in the end, I had to go pray. I don't know if your observation, you're an old school classic kind of guy, but I don't think you caught the memo there. Figure 4, Carlos Colon style. He put the tap. How you do it? Yep. He put the tap to the mat. Yeah,
I'll give you an update on that too. So.
And yes,
but no, and I didn't expect you to lose just because of your experience, and with AZ, with his hair, and Matt being so young,
Well,
and I honestly thought maybe you wouldn't win because maybe Danny some days gets a little jumpy and.
Oh, so now you're saying Danny would have blew the match?
No, something could have happened, miscommunication. Maybe the consistent. Why do you keep getting me the consistent?
It's because you like the name.
The consistent ones. Oh, I like that. The consistent ones could have got the upset.
Well, yeah, they consistently
Oh,
lost
I like
again.
that. Like the fabulous ones, the consistent ones.
Yep, exactly. Consistently
AZ.
lost again. Danny Cabral and
Get your phone ready.
myself victorious over the inconsistent bums.
10:30. I'll reach out to you, AZ.
Now, speaking of live action, we're getting into
Oh,
some
this
of
is
the
good.
plugs.
All right. Oh.
Tomorrow night, we're back at the Taunton BFW Hall, 82 Ingle Street in Taunton, Massachusetts. And it's going to be a great card. Danny, you want to pull up that poster up on the screen? You're seeing it there live. All the stars of Showcase Pro Wrestling. Rambo's going to have his open challenge again.
Well, we're not sure about that.
We're going to see.
I am trying to talk again. 10:15. I have a call with him.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to stop this open challenge stuff with him.
We're going to see a lot of things happening, but it's day number. Really, I heard, some unfortunate news that I'm not going to say on the show here tonight, but you'll have to be there tomorrow night. And I will personally go in the ring and make that announcement to the fans when they show up there tomorrow night.
Well, on a positive note, we are doing a raffle tomorrow for a signed Hulk Hogan American.
Be a real American
Real
beer.
American beer. It's a full 12-pack. You cannot drink it at the
BFW.
At the BFW.
You got to
You
bring
can
that
bring it home, but it's a
That's
sign.
a collector piece. It's
It
a
is.
signed
So you
piece.
can either drink
I
it or
wouldn't
you
drink
collect
it.
it, so.
I wouldn't drink it at all. I would just hold on to that and save it.
Well, I wouldn't have had him sign it, to be honest with you.
Well, you could have done like I did.
I would have brought a shirt.
Got the two.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a good one. One done too, so.
Well, your opportunity to win that tomorrow night in the BFW in Taunton, Friday night, 7:47 p.m. bell time. Big announcement coming up tomorrow. You have to be there to find out. A lot of exciting action tomorrow night in the Taunton BFW Hall, Showcase Pro Wrestling. Now moving to the next night, this Saturday night, October 12th, in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, Powerhouse Wrestling New England presents Halloween Bash. We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks, and it's finally here. The battle of the ruthless aggression era, as Chris Masters will take on former foe returning Mr. Kennedy, Ken Anderson, in a big matchup there you won't want to miss, as well as the Cowboy from Hell, James Storm, the former TNA World Champion, makes his Powerhouse Wrestling debut, and he will take on the winner of a Royal Rumble style matchup, Battle Royals, to determine the new Powerhouse Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Evie De La Rosa will be in action as she takes on the self-proclaimed intergender champion, former WWE star James Ellsworth. All that and more Saturday night, October 12th at the Sturbridge Hotel in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. Doors open at 6. Bell time is 7 p.m. Get your tickets at eventbrite.com. Powerhouse Wrestling NE on all socials. Don't forget about that show this Saturday. And then it brings us to the big weekend. Big Sunday afternoon, Monday afternoon, Autumn Fest back in Woonsocket. How many years has it been, Chris Blackheart?
I'll have to look it up to confirm it.
It's been quite a few years, but we're back at Autumn Fest. It's live action starting at 1 p.m. on Sunday, as well as following the parade on Monday, 1 p.m. Again, same time, same place, Autumn Fest in Woonsocket. All the stars of Showcase Pro Wrestling will be there. Lots of surprises. Come down, an event for the whole family. It's a great time. Last year was packed.
Yes.
It's going to be that this year too. Might be a little cold, but the action gets hot. So, we're ready to go.
October. You can't tell with October.
We're ready to go come Autumn Fest, October 13 and 14, 1 p.m. in Woonsocket. What else you have? Yes, there you go. See, Danny's on his feet today. Danny's on his feet with the
I
plug.
wish he was on his back sleeping.
So the following week, Royal Crown Wrestling returns to Medford, Massachusetts for What a Nightmare. And some of the matches, like I said last week, we were going to talk about some of the matches that already been signed. Full card is up. Let me pull it out here because I can't see from the far the monitor there. It happens with old age. The big main event already signed. NWA star Big Wrecking Ball Legursky will take on former WWE superstar TNA wrestling star AJ Francis, as well as a special women's matchup featuring Emily Jade taking on Evie Malibu, returning to Royal Crown Wrestling. Los Tóxicos takes on Queens Gets Money in a tag team challenge match. Also, Colton Charles will be taking on Brian Starr. Marvelous will challenge Brother Moon Revan. And the debut of Jermaine Marbury as he takes on one former educator, Christopher Spratt. And I'll be taking on, Don Vega will be taking on Leo Sparrows. Landon Hale will go one-on-one against Rambo Godfrey. All that and more coming October 18, Medford, Massachusetts. Get your tickets, RoyalCrownWrestling.com and Royal Crown Wrestling in all social media for that event on October 18 in Medford, Massachusetts. There you go.
Will Damien be there to help him up? Or
To help who up?
Sprat?
I don't know.
I hope not,
Some Joy Juice?
because I don't think Damien's helping.
Yeah. I would concentrate. I mean, this guy's got a ball with him. He's a self-proclaimed basketball player, and he comes out with a ball. It's his mascot.
I like it.
So, I don't know. We'll find out what happens with Spratt. Maybe he'll bring his medicine.
Yeah, hopefully there's no double dribbling.
Maybe he'll bring his herbal tea. Who knows? We'll find out come October 18 in Medford. But yeah, a lot of things going on. Full weekend ahead, full of wrestling. You know, come out and make sure you support your favorite wrestling company and the independent circuit right now hot with all these events coming up. Speaking of events coming up, and speaking of live things and things to do, our friend, the real deal Joel Davis.
Oh, I got to give you some update. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
So, where in the world is Joe Davis? This is one of my favorite segments because I got a funny text today, and you know, it's funny. I've known Joel for over 20 years, and he still makes me laugh, which is good.
Yeah.
So he will be coming back to the area. It's going to be the 20th of October. The 7 o'clock bell time doors opens at 6 at the Comedy Connection, which is 39 Warren Ave. That's literally right past where the bridge is.
Yes.
You know the broken bridge?
East Providence, Rhode Island.
You just, if you go in, would you get going?
195.
Going
east
195
from Providence.
east.
West if you're coming from Fall
Yep.
River, New Bedford.
Just take the little, come off the exit. It's right there on the right.
Yeah.
Easy on, easy off. But on a Sunday night, it should be good. It's a good time.
Yeah.
You know, but with that being said, you know, we kind of really haven't addressed it that your buddy AZ and his buddy attacked, you know, our guest
Johnny Rotten
and Joel. And so I have an update for you that I got a request that I haven't granted yet.
What do you got?
That possibly AZ wants to do a comedy set.
What?
Tomorrow night in Taunton.
What, is he just going to stand there with his buddy?
Well, I don't know. He asked me. I said, I'm not
Well,
opposed
I mean, you
to
want
it.
people to laugh. All he has to
I
do is
said-
stand in the ring.
I said,
mean,
let me look through the card and see on the talent, see if I can give you a few minutes. And
Danny's laughing right now, and he haven't even seen him yet.
AZ, you're doing good. You didn't say a joke yet, and people are
All you have
already
to do
laughing.
is stand in the
So.
ring with his buddy, you know, combing his hair, and
No,
we see
that
two
could be
clowns.
good.
I mean, who doesn't laugh at
I
clowns,
don't
you
know,
know?
but it could be like a showcase open night, you know?
I guess.
So I know, we'll find out, you know.
So he's a comedian now.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think he's doing it because last time we were there, when Johnny did, he's like, why is a comedian in my ring? He goes, someone's going to be telling jokes. It should be me. I don't think it really should be him,
Unbelievable.
but he's kind of right. It's a wrestling ring. It's not. It's not a.
Well, Joe Davis
You're
is-
agreeing of all this.
No, it's not a platform to tell jokes. It's a wrestling ring. We wrestle in the ring.
Well, leave the joking to people that are actually funny. Speaking of funny, Joe Davis sent a clip of some of his comedy gigs. If you want to go to that clip right now, Daniel, take us there.
And by the way, he says one-legged woot woot just got back from New York City.
Okay, all right.
And
Just
Joel
got
Davis.
back or just got released from New York City? There's a difference.
Let's go to the clip.
This next comedian, very excited to bring him up. He is a former pro wrestler, and he's been on the Jerry Springer Show not one, but two fucking times. Give it up for the real deal. Davis, ladies and gentlemen. New York City, can I get a whoop whoop? Whoop whoop.
Does sound like him. I like the clip.
So you saw the clip, Joel Davis in action. You get to see more coming October 20th at the Comedy Connection in East Providence, Rhode Island, 6 p.m. Go check out the real deal, Joel Davis, live on stage for that big comedy event at the Comedy Connection. Speaking of other things to do, if you want to become a professional wrestler, place to be is the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, 126 Main Street in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. For all the info, what's the info? Who you hit, who you speak, who you email, what's all that good stuff?
So the email is promoter@showcasewrestling.com. Or you can always hit us up on social media at SP Wrestling on all the social medias and Messenger. And what a transformation over the last 10 days.
Yeah.
You know, last Wednesday it literally looked like a bomb hit the place.
Well, yeah, I mean, it looked rough.
It was. Well, we're moving out one of the rings for this coming weekend. So we have 3 rings at Showcase, and we were changing out one of the rings. We're going with the high ring for the weekend because of the outdoor shows. So we have a ring broken down. Then we got new equipment in there. We have all professional. Do they still call it Nautilus? Is it Nautilus machines? That's what it used to be called.
It used to be called, yeah.
Yeah. But, we have state-of-the-art workout equipment there. Awesome, 10-station workout. I know every night I've been there this week, I've got either an extra workout or the workout for the day there. Mm-hmm. So that's part of the program there. No extra cost for it when you join our program. It's just part of it that you literally have a full gym workout available to you.
Yep. Saves you the trip to the gym.
It does. I mean, especially getting stuck on the bridge with the traffic. But imagine this. Everyone says they want to do a double workout. Mm-hmm. Do back and buys in the morning, and then we do legs in the afternoon. But now you can actually do it.
Yeah.
So it's a great addition. We do thank everybody who helped put it together, between getting the equipment figured in there literally, and those who actually behind the scenes get everything done.
Mm-hmm. So there you have it. Just contact Showcase Pro Wrestling if you're interested in becoming a professional wrestler. Now, going into tomorrow night in Taunton, Chris Blackheart, are there going to be anyone tied and bound against their will? Or last time we were there, it was...
apparently this is like a yearly event now.
What, tying people?
Yeah, because, Buck Mazza got tied this year. Last year, I got taped up, with the tape. So
that's right. It is around the same time. Yeah.
Well, I got it in Christmas. Buck. But
is that a new Christmas card or?
Well, we can check the film, and if Mama Buck wants the pictures, we'll be happy to send them to you.
Okay, all right.
That could be. I have no problem with that.
Are you gonna be printing those out, Danny? Christmas cards? Your partner? Tied to the ring pole?
Yeah.
Or? He says yeah, but he's
The
not.
Bionic Beast.
He's not too convinced about the whole
Yeah, it's not too happy there.
prank thing of
Yeah,
cards.
weird. It's like, where the hell did he go? He's like hiding under the ring or something.
Well, I think he was asking you where you went.
Yeah.
What kind of taxi
Yeah, what
partner,
kind of partner
leaves?
leaves his partner high and dry?
Right. But you said you didn't know where he was.
Yeah,
you
I'm looking around because I'm
you
like,
thought he already came
discombobulated.
back.
I just got a chair
so-
over my head twice and kicked in the balls a couple of times, so I didn't know what the
Yeah,
hell.
who did that?
I don't know.
I don't know, some guy did.
Do we have any comments, Danny?
The real deal, he says, will my friend Johnny Rotten get an apology tomorrow night from those two punks?
Well, I don't think they're gonna be giving an apology.
No,
he wants to put on his own comedy set.
No, so all right. So Johnny, if you're available, Johnny, or be happy to get you unbooked somewhere tomorrow night, we'll invite you to be in the front row, and maybe you can critique the comedy set of AZ.
Yep,
That's kind of nice, right?
that could make
Right.
up for. What is Joel doing tomorrow night?
He's still probably stuck in New York, so.
We have any other comments, Danny?
Say Joel and Johnny should show up.
No. Well, we're right in Johnny. Joel. See, the problem this is the problem with Joel, all right? See, years ago.
You don't want to invite Joel.
See, the problem is, years ago.
What a guy,
Joel was super unpredictable, right? You would have a match with him, and he would be. Like, I remember the Moose Lodge, right? We used to tell people, don't go off the top rope, because Moose Lodge is like 10 feet. And Joel would be the guy that always get almost stuck on the top rope, hit his head in the ceiling, right? He is unpredictable, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I wrestled him in New York, ironically, when The Rock were doing an autograph signing. Brand new canvas, right? He grabs a trash barrel, whacks me in the head, right? It was Jason Rumble's ring, right?
Chris Black was more
Very upset, right?
He's more concerned that he got hit with the trash can.
No, I'm just saying. The problem is, 20 years ago, right? Joel was a smaller dude, right?
Yeah.
Full of energy, unpredictable as fuck. You had no idea what this guy would do, right? Now, I was hoping Joe would be calmer. He's in better shape. He's bigger now.
Yeah.
He's stronger.
Yeah.
So the problem with that is
You're scared that Joe's going to beat
no.
the
He's
two
just
inconsistent
the
bums.
problem. He's a comedian now, right? Stay in the lane of comedian, right?
But
wrestling was good to you, right? And you're bigger, you're smarter, but
All right,
just stay in comedy.
Let me stop you right there, Chris Blackheart, because once you're a wrestler,
No,
you're always a wrestler.
yes,
It's
I agree with
It's
that.
like
I agree with
riding a bike. I would take it easy if I was those two guys.
that. Yeah, no, it's just
Because last time Joe was in one of your rings, somebody got their nose broken. I'm not gonna mention any names.
Who was
This
that?
is going on a few years back. You were upset.
we're gonna talk about those stories.
Yeah.
all right.
So.
And then that other guy that got dropped on his back.
Yeah, I would take it easy if I were those two guys.
No, but that's what it is. I know it took Joel a long time to get out of the wrestling business because it's hard,
Yeah.
Well, when he made the decision of not to be a boss, it was a hard, and I think he found a great home in comedy. He's doing really well. So for everybody's sake, I don't think Joe should be invited tomorrow. I think
Joe,
Johnny.
calm down if you're free.
Johnny,
Joe.
come on down, sit in the front row.
Yep.
I'm going to try to get an apology from those two.
Joe, I'll sneak
critique
you.
them.
I'll sneak you in the back door.
No, critique them on their jokes and if they're good or bad. Maybe invite them some open mic nights. That could be great.
Now you're trying to get these two Jamoke bookings.
No. Just open mic nights. They could if they wanted to. So that was just my thought.
Johnny Rotten's got a joke. He says, knock, knock, who's there? Inconsistent bums. Inconsistent bums who? Exactly.
Is Johnny Rotten on the chat? Oh, yes.
The
So
consistent ones. Not the consistent bums. Consistent
people
ones.
like that name, man. I'm
Consistent
gonna
ones?
take credit for that. No, they
No,
like
I-
the inconsistent bums.
No,
I mean, I heard people chanting it in Woonsocket. Maybe we can make this a taunting. We can make this everywhere now.
I don't know.
Well,
It'll
they
be a
got kids with
movement.
signs.
Speaking of movements,
Oh,
just
God,
let you know,
no.
when we did the card for Woonsocket, the stallion was not there. He was ill.
He was too busy.
He was ill
in front of his television, waiting for bad blood.
He was stuck in the stable. He was sick. He got whatever's going around.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I know you're concerned, but
I'm not buying it, Ryan the Stallion.
Yeah.
I know what you was doing.
I got an update on him. He's doing okay. Had a respiratory infection.
I'm telling your mom.
Yeah.
You're watching
Rotten said he'll be
pay-per-views
there,
and
by the
missing
way.
wrestling shows.
Johnny Rotten said I'll be there.
All right. So Johnny, congratulations. Thank you, Johnny.
Joe,
I am trying to make amends. Again, I talked to Johnny a couple of times. So hopefully, this is a nice.
Are you guaranteeing safety for this gentleman to attend tomorrow night?
We'll have to
Or
have
are
some.
you gonna have some shady security going around?
We'll have some security, and I'll even be there if I have to intervene.
Okay.
All right. So.
All right.
'Cause I know you wouldn't help. You would.
What? I will help for free if it is to kick those two's asses again. I'm gonna be watching from the back behind the curtain.
Right. Not very nice. So I got a question. Going back to the pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
Now, Atlanta's known for cage matches, right? I think I heard one comment. Do they throw out the pay? Again, I didn't finish all pay-per-view. Did they mention about like the history of cage matches?
That I would be biased if I have an opinion on that because I wasn't really paying attention to detail on the commentary.
Yeah.
So I would think they would touch base on history, going back to pro wrestling. You know, now
I heard like the Battle of Atlanta, and then they also had like War Games, and they showed Tully and Arn there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Tully and Arn were in the house. Jacqueline was in the house. Booker T was there.
Old.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, she is.
She is old, but every time you've seen her, and it's been I don't know how many years we've seen her, she's always looked very good.
You just have the picture of the red bikini with the puppies.
No, I was just thinking like when she wrestled in WCW and even with WWE, like long hair. I mean, she grew her hair out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know.
I mean,
talk about a tough girl. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, she was one of the tough ones, But yeah, a lot of old school guys there in attendance for that Bad Blood pay-per-view. For whatever reason, I thought it was somewhere else.
What'd you think it was?
I thought it was overseas again. To be honest with you, I don't know what I was thinking.
Nah.
Every pay-per-view we see is from another country now, so.
Well, I would just think of that. Did you see some of the AEW news at?
What? They're going out of business?
No, actually, now there's two stories I have. So it looks like they did sign a deal with Warner Media for $150 million a year.
Didn't they get their asses kicked by NXT? All three shows combined.
There's another news. I did see that the total show in the demographics.
All three shows combined got their ass whooped by just one single NXT.
Yes, which. But they're starting to do some good stuff. If you look at the Hurt Business is going over there.
Yeah.
Well,
some controversy behind that whole thing. I guess, MVP had taken out to social media to make some comments that he didn't mean, and he kind of retracted from them afterwards because Triple H was asked the question about why did African American wrestlers don't get a push recently, which it's untrue because they did do the Kofi Mania. Yeah. They have been working with a lot of the African American wrestlers, and Triple H's answer was pretty good when he said he doesn't see any color or gender; he just sees talent. So,
well, no, that's an honest, straight answer.
So that's MVP mentioned something, and then he got back on the internet, and he kind of deviated from his original comments.
Yeah, no, it can be a touchy subject. The problem is in sports, it can't always be diverse.
Yeah.
If you look at various sports teams, it's not representative of every nationality. In wrestling it's the same way.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, the clips that I looked for this week, I saw 2 weeks ago.
You don't watch sports because Blackheart.
No, I'm talking about AEW.
Oh, but if you did, by the way, I gotta brag because I'm a proud Puerto Rican. We did kick the ass. Our pitcher from the Mets put an ass whooping to the Phillies last night. So yeah.
What are we talking about?
Baseball.
Red Sox, they're gone, which is good.
We're multitasking.
So it
when
won't
comes
screw
to
up
sports.
any wrestling this week.
Boxing, baseball, wrestling.
Right. So I did
even.
All right. So
hold on, even golf. You know, the whitest sport on earth.
You know, they're Puerto Ricans in golf.
You don't know.
I didn't know that.
You
I don't watch.
You
I don't
should
watch
be
golf.
ashamed of yourself.
Why? I don't watch
Blackheart.
golf.
Chi Rodriguez was one of the top PGA Tour guys.
I know the name.
One of the guys that was in the games, one of the first guys in the game from Carolina, Puerto Rico.
I didn't know that.
Oh, so now
I know the name.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah. I think I was probably I was so young in the
Yeah, I was a little kid. You know.
Yeah. No, but
he
I know the name.
He grabbed the deal and do the gun thing with it and stuff like that. Yep, Puerto Rican guy.
I didn't know that.
He looked white, but
no, but that's good. See.
Yeah. But yeah, going again to what you were saying, you know.
Well, on the AEW, so it looks like Lashley maybe go there.
I thought he did already.
No, Sheldon debuted last week. I did try to find the clip. I went through AEW, so that was painful. Their social media feed. Mm-hmm. And that's why I found out about Danny Garcia.
Are you going? Oh, you saw the little dance that I was telling you?
I didn't see that, but I was getting very mad at another Danny I know. Yeah. No names, Mr. Cabral.
Yeah.
All right?
Thinks he's Daniel Garcia with all the hip thrusting and the air humping.
Yeah. Yeah, no names, Cabral, but yeah, so supposedly Danny Garcia will be staying with AEW. You know, but the thing, right? So
why was he going anywhere else?
Well, I guess his contract was up, and he potentially WWE or stay with AEW. He probably is getting more money from AEW.
Oh yeah, they're going to. Yeah. You know, he would have been going to NXT if they were interested.
It's a tough one. Do you go for the money now, or kind of with Ethan Page? I think they're developing him to be something.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him for re-signing for the time.
Mm-hmm.
But then he, of course, did the phrase, I'm here to wrestle. I'm here for the best to wrestle. I don't know.
I mean, it is what it is. So I take it you won't be going to the November 7th. I believe it's November 7th.
Well, we do have.
We'll be coming to
we do have to talk about that because that would be on the show. Plus, it's Kathy's birthday on that day too.
So you are coming.
So I think we should bring Kathy to AEW.
Yes, she can get her money's worth.
Yes.
Perfect. Kathy, if you're watching, this is the perfect birthday gift. You'll get 5 hours worth of your time.
Oh no, I couldn't do that to her. 5 hours?
I mean, 4 or 5. Who knows when this thing's gonna end? It could go all night long.
It could be a minimum of 5.
You go to AEW, you might never go back home.
Yeah.
I mean, last time I went, it was past 12 o'clock. Matches were still coming up.
I can't do it. I can't do that.
Danny pulled it out.
Yep.
They got half of the arena closed out already, Daniel.
How many tickets are sold?
Well, it looks like a good portion of the seats aren't available, but that could be block seats. So I don't know. Those could be seats that they're not even selling.
Yeah, that's a big. See, I don't understand. Why don't they go back to the smaller venues? The 3,000 to 5,000, because that's what they're drawing, and the place will look huge.
I would have seen them going to like the convention center first.
Yeah, I just
like Ring of Honor used to do. Open up the whole freaking top.
Or even if they went to URI.
Oh, URI is kind of like the Dunk, kind of
I think
8,000 seat arena.
I think that they need this because especially they just signed a TV deal, which I'll be honest with you, congratulations for them. I don't know how you slipped into that, but we know live sports is a commodity when it comes down to TV deals.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look good on TV. It doesn't look good on social media when people are showing. You can't sell out.
So what are the starting prices on those tickets, Danny, that you're watching?
It looks like ringside looks like $54 and the
ringside? That's pretty good.
What's our general admission?
Like right at the ring is $98 and like ringside is $54. General looks like $20 a piece.
All right, so no,
$20, not bad, not a bad bang for your buck. I mean, like I said, you get 4 hours of wrestling.
Minimally, it's just that
you get to see, That's November 7th.
Yeah. It's a Thursday.
At the AEW, first time ever in Providence.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll be there. Chris Blackheart will be there. Catherine. your birthday's coming up. Happy birthday in advance. We're gonna bring you to wrestling.
Does that mean we postpone the podcast or?
We might get live clips from this whole deal.
Right, so
you
maybe,
guys got to remember.
So maybe we'll be on location.
Location, big segue. We already are 1,000 subscribers in. We could go live on YouTube.
All right.
Speaking of subscriptions, if you haven't, please go ahead and subscribe to the Showcase channel on YouTube, and support the pod and all the other content that we have on the channel. We're trying to grow the channel and bring you more of this live interaction, live content, matches, all that good stuff. Just give us a subscription. I mean, a lot of people watch, but they don't subscribe. So
yeah, and we're gonna start getting the dirt back.
It's about that time again.
Yeah, we're not dirt is some days the stuff that people don't want to talk about.
Speaking of that, I got something from a buddy of ours that was disappointed on wording. He sent me over a book like this, and I'm going to have you go over some transcripts.
Ooh. Oh,
you got to remind me. I'll have you keep that for a few days.
All right, I was going to ask you about that one. But yeah, no, I reached out to a couple of people, some guests here, some good stories. They'd like to come on here.
Yes, again, we'll definitely get back onto some live guests.
Well, we like telling behind the scenes stuff. And then there's a couple of people recently that I reached out to, and there's a couple of people that I'm going to reach out to because they have a story to tell that may or may not be popular.
I like unpopular
but
stories.
I like when things are being told because it's a conversation.
We like to keep it raw and real.
Raw and real.
Like the real deal Joe Davis.
Yep.
So, we'll go back to that.
Not tomorrow night in Taunton.
I don't know. Anything could happen.
So, Johnny, I love to see you in Taunton.
Joe, I'll give you a call at 10:15, all right?
I'm on the call with Rambo at 10:15.
Yeah.
What?
A couple of comments here.
All right.
What do we got before we get out of here?
Brian Starr, he wants to know if you could bring the Showcase to New York City.
Yeah, we'll be open to go down there.
We're open.
We'll be open to do a cross promoting. We're working on some of that stuff as we speak. So yeah, definitely be interested in doing that.
And Kevin Cabral says, I thought Vega was Dominican until I realized he represents Puerto Rico as Most Wanted.
What? Is this Danny's brother?
Kevin Cabral.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Kevin.
So you could be Dominican's Most Wanted?
I'm lost for words, Chris Blackheart.
That being said, we will see you next week on the pod every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Always follow us on social media at SP Wrestling. We will see you in Taunton tomorrow night at 7:47 to kick off a 4-day block of Showcase Pro Wrestling, Powerhouse Wrestling, Showcase Pro Wrestling, Showcase Pro Wrestling.
And then all the Dominicans.
And all the Dominicans' favorite wrestler, the Puerto Rican Punisher, Don Vega.
And for that, for Dan Redondi, Don Vega, the non-Dominican, Puerto Rican, and Chris Blackheart, we'll see you next week here in the Showcase Pod.